Hello, 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 awesome ones. Happy Wednesday. It's been a hot minute. It's been an interesting week. It's already Wednesday on December 29th, 2021. It's about 5:28 p.m. Eastern Time. For those who may not know who I am, connecting with me for the very first time, as I am streaming on 3 different platforms. For those checking in on Facebook, unfortunately, right now I cannot see who is, if you are, only because I'm on my phone. And for those on Twitter and YouTube as well. So feel free to leave comments, questions, whatever it is that you feel like leaving. You could do that on my Facebook page. Put those comments below. Twitter, you could do the same. And YouTube's subscribers, I have no idea how you can act with me other than do my email, which is strollingdrew on the bottom. And that's healingwithin76@gmail.com. I wanted to come on really quickly, and this is really going to be quick because I just realized I got just about 16% left on my phone battery life, that is. So let's see what I can share with you in this really short period of time. For those who do not know me, Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck. Not in my hands in the moment, which could be a good thing and maybe not such a good thing. But anyway, it is Wednesday, and as my title indicates, what is my title? Mercury and Wednesdays is my title. Now, if you do not know this already, if you've been following me, every Wednesday, Mercury rules Wednesday's energy. Mercury is the planet of communication, technology, scheduling, planning, anything to do with brainstorming and networking as well. And when we think about this amazing energy of Mercury, Mercury currently is in Capricorn energy. Capricorn in astrology is associated with the 10th house, which is all about the work that we do, how we look at ourselves, how we value ourselves, the fame that we are all looking to have, and the success that we all really want, but not always really willing to work for, so to speak. And when we think about this Capricorn energy connecting to Mercury, this is a great day to do some brainstorming, to connect, to see how you can start planning, scheduling out what 2022 is going to look like for you. Now, I also want to blend in this conversation today's date, specifically the actual day of the date for today, which is the 29th. Now, those of you who follow me regarding numerology, love numerology. Every number has a specific energy. Every number has a specific meaning. And according to numerology, every number gets taken down or added up to a single digit, except for 3 numbers. And those numbers are 11, 22, and 33. Today's date is the 29th. When we think of today's date as the 29th, the 2 and the 9, 2 very powerful numbers that stand individually with each other, and then they come together and make a very powerful number. So let me do the breakdown first. The number 2, very, very connected to this Capricorn and Mercury energy today, because it's about our partnerships, our relationships, our contracts. Whether it's professional or personal, doesn't matter. We have contracts with so many people in this world, all over the world. And if anything, over the last 2 years since the pandemic has started, many of us have realized and come to learn that we are connected all over the place thanks to internet, thanks to what I'm doing right now, streaming. And this is all Mercury's energy because it's responsible for technology. So let's give Mercury a big applaud for helping us stay connected with all of our relationships, partnerships, contracts, whatever have you. You may have family across the world that you get to communicate with, where you don't have to have these long distance calls that adds up to lots of money when you think about it, such as back in the old days where we were hooked up to a wire. I don't know if any of you know about that. You might. And then when we think about that 9 energy, it's learning to let go, learning to shift your mindset about perhaps the work that you do. Learning to surrender old habits and patterns as we move out of 2021. Now, from my point of view anyway, I would say in the last 2 years, the one thing many of us have really have an opportunity to learn about is recognizing that There's a lot of things that we were used to that has shifted, that has changed, that is no longer. And I do believe that as we move into 2022, we're going to see massive, massive changes going on with lots of things in the United States. And that we're going to have to really get used to this new way of doing things as opposed to thinking we're going to go back to quote unquote the normal or the old ways. Because when we think about this amazing energy of this nine, it really is an invitation to see what you can let go of. Whether, again, it's that mindset you may have or your belief system or habits that you have wrapped around different traditions that you're so used to from whether it's the last 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, whatever, how many years you're on this earth for. But today is a really good day to start thinking about what are you willing to let go of from 2021? So when you move into 2022, you're not bringing all this baggage with you in 2022. After all, it's a new year. And when I think about a new year, it's really about starting fresh, a fresh start, not bringing all the baggage. And what's in that baggage could very well be our belief systems, our habits, our patterns, our mindset. And when we think about the word ours, reality of it all is really not ours at all when we think about it. When we think about our belief system, our habits, our mindset, our patterns, it's really not ours. It's based on traditions that we've all sort of landed into from our families and family generation after generation after generation based on our ancestors for that matter. And I do believe that our ancestors at this point in time is actually saying to us, it's time to let go of those old patterns, habits, and beliefs and allow yourself to really start forming some new ways of doing things. So when we think about you and I, the date for today, 29, adds up to an 11. Now, an 11 is one of the master numbers in numerology. And when we think about that 11, it's about being the master healer. 11, when you add it up, is a 2. Even though we do not really add up master numbers to a single digits, they stay the way they are, but they do still carry the same meaning of the single digit number, but it carries a much higher vibration. So a single number 2 would have a slightly lower vibration than the number 11, where the number 11 is really about healing your relationships with self and others. And now when you blend it all together, Mercury ruling Wednesdays, Mercury in has moved into Capricorn energy, and the number 11, where we get to really heal our partnerships, our relationships with everything. You know, our work relationship, our relationship with our body, our relationship with another person, our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with our higher self, our relationship with our inner child, makes me extremely excited. Does it make you excited? Because it definitely does for me. And now, today and today only, or as I like to say, just for today, we have this opportunity to really take time to reflect on these amazing relationships and take an opportunity to see what you're grateful about, what you've learned during this time, today specifically, within this last 24 hours, where the date is the 29th. What have you learned in this amazing energetic day? And what things are you willing to change in this energy? And using Mercury in Capricorn together to help you do the work, to help you transform, to help you redirect your conversations, to have a conversation, to say something to someone that you need to say something to. Have that internal dialogue. Be willing to listen to your inner voice. If your inner voice is saying something, take a minute to pause and see what your inner voice is actually providing. That inner voice could very well be connected to your higher self, or the inner voice could be connected to the inner child. So there's so much communication that can take place today if you're willing to take time to just surrender, let go, and allow yourself to transform into this beautiful energy that we are being given for today. And do note that even though, yes, today's the 29th, that every Wednesday is ruled by Mercury. It's not just today's Wednesday. It's next Wednesday, the following Wednesday. Every Wednesday is ruled by Mercury energy. But today that energy is connected to this amazing 29. So I'm kind of curious to know what your thoughts are, how you feel about this energy. What have you done today to connect with different contracts, different relationships, different partnerships, people you work with, whether you're working with them remotely or you're working with them face to face? What have you done today to change that relationship to make it a stronger relationship? Or what have you learned about that relationship? And did you learn anything about the relationships you do have? I know for me, I do try to make it a point to have an understanding in regards to the relationships I have with people and why we connect. And I think a lot of that has to do with my analytical brain. And so interesting why Wednesdays for me is such a powerful day, because it is ruled by Mercury rules Wednesdays. My Mercury happens to be an Aquarius. Now, an Aquarius is an air sign, and it's an analytical air sign. So I'm constantly evaluating and researching and trying to put all the pieces together, which is why it makes me so excited when I do put the pieces together, where here we have Wednesdays are ruled by Mercury. Mercury right now is in Capricorn energy, which is about the work that I am choosing to do so I can help you understand who you are on a much deeper level. And then we take this number into play, which is the 29th day of December, allowing me to help you to understand what relationships you may need to heal today, what relationship you want to change today, what relationship you want to surrender today, and how do you want to transform as you do this. So there's a lot piled up in this amazing energy. So I'm going to leave you with that. Like I said, I was going to keep it short because now I have about 9% left on my battery life, which means I need to charge it. But I will be back later as I plan on coming live later at some point, because I do really want to talk about some other energy that's taking place that is really important to share. And I was going to share it yesterday, but was a little distracted, had some stuff going on, and was not in my best teaching frame of mind. So I thought it would have been probably best if I just rested, and I did just that. But I will be back later. I would love to know how you feel regarding what I just shared with you about the 29th day of December, what it is you are surrendering, how you are letting go, how you are transforming your partnerships, your relationships, your contracts, your work that you're doing, your physical 9 to 5, the work that you're doing on your body, and your spiritual work, your soul's purpose. And are you in alignment to your soul's purpose? And what of all these people that's in connection with you? How are they helping you with your soul's purpose? And recognizing that Mercury is really about technology, scheduling, planning, communicating, and listening. And in this Capricorn energy, which is 10th house, which is all about the work that we are here to do, the success, the fame, the accomplishments, the achievements, the just the whole process of being able to make decisions and tapping into our masculine energy, and even how we might look up towards our dads in regards to how we feel about success and fame. And I know for myself, very quickly, and then I'm going to dive off, is I admire the way my dad worked when he was a worker, because he owned his own business and he was very accomplished. And I do believe I do take after him in some degree or another. So I'm kind of curious to know, how is this landing with you? What relationships, contracts do you need to work on, whether to surrender or to let go of, or just to transform, and how that transformation is going to help you step into your soul's purpose? And recognizing that we are on the 29th day of December, which means we literally have 2 more days of 2021. So I would invite you to take some time today to reflect on your work, the partnership you have with yourself, and all the other contracts you have with all different people, siblings, parents, co-workers, neighbors, friends, and even the strangers for that matter. And see where you stand today and how those contracts are going to help you in 2022. So go ahead and leave your comments. My Facebook friends, leave them in the comments below. Those who are watching on Twitter, you can leave them in the comments below too. And those on my YouTube page, I have no idea where you would leave your comments. So feel free to email those comments at healingwithin76@gmail.com. with all that being said, enjoy the rest of Mercury energy for today. And know that we are in Capricorn season, full blown. Lots of work to be doing. That's the spiritual work, the physical work, emotional work, and the mental work. And that we have less than 48 hours of 2021 left. So I'm super excited. Looking so forward to seeing 2022 come in and seeing what unfolds at that point. All that being said, have yourself an awesome rest of the night. I will be back later to do a live. Bye bye for now.